皆さんこんにちは and welcome to Shogo's podcast. So today guys, a lot of people have been asking me, especially because I am a tea ceremony trainee, a lot of people have been asking me, so Shogo, what do you learn from tea ceremony? So, okay, you guys, hold this ceremony where you make matcha and you have your guests drink it. What's that for? I mean, what are you going to be gaining from that, right? I mean, come to think of it, if you're doing a martial art, being able to do that skill is nice, swinging around swords, being able to punch or kick. Or maybe if you're doing flower arrangements, being able to arrange flowers is simply beautiful. Or being able to write kanji characters beautifully with a pen, pen, I don't know, with a brush, I guess you should say for calligraphy is beautiful. You'll be able to, make a hanging scroll or something like that on your own. But tea ceremony, so you'll be able to make more delicious matcha, what is it for, right? It's really hard to understand, to be honest. If you've never actually experienced tea ceremony before, trying to understand the value of it is absolutely very, very difficult. But there is a lot you can learn from tea ceremony. In the end, a lot of people point this out. People who train in traditional culture say this. But in the end, tea ceremony is probably the ultimate traditional culture in Japan. It basically mashes together all the essence and important lessons that all the other Japanese traditional culture can teach you just in one art. So, but still, again, we call it a tea ceremony. What the heck is so special about tea, right? So today, basically, to make a long story short, as a conclusion, from my point of view, what you learn through tea ceremonies is absolutely about hospitality. It's about the skills of how to care about other people. So the tea ceremony itself is just a way to do that, in a way. So tea ceremony just provides you this platform, basically, this mold that everyone follows. You do this when this happens. You have this 4-hour tea ceremony. You carry this. You do procedures this way and all that kind of stuff. All these rules are set for you, so you can, it's like a kata basically in martial arts. You're repeatedly doing the same movements over and over, so to be able to provide the same hospitality to all the other people. But in the end, after you memorize all the kata of tea ceremony, from there, it's about really deepening your understanding towards what it means to really care about other people. So I want you to give an example about the other day of my training. So in this day, of course, I practice making the matcha and doing the procedures of serving it, how to walk, how to sit down, how to put down the tools, how many centimeters away from this line, all this kind of stuff are all fixed and decided for you. Nothing is placed randomly within the tea room. Everything, even the position where you sit, are all decided for you. You count by how many lines it's from this time mats and such, and it's all fixed. But anyways, the main lesson the other day was conversation. Was one of the most important things that I was taught the other day. So for example, there was an old lady, which is also my sensei's student, and I was doing the guest role, and there was an old lady doing the host role. So she was doing the training, I was the guest. And of course, the guest had a lot of rules for what to say, what to do at certain times and such. So being the guest is also a part of training. And our sensei, when she schedules our training every month, she combines different students together so we can have different experiences, meet other people and such. And anyways, the old lady that was doing it, she's a little bit of she's more of a very casual person. I don't know the right way to say it, but she's a very easygoing person, frank person. She's not very serious, I guess I should say. She's really always laughing, and I really am scared of my sensei because I respect her very much, and my training with her is very strict, so I am always very afraid, in a good way. It includes respect of my sensei, but she's more of not completely goofing around, but she's a little bit more relaxed, I guess I should say. And when she finished her matcha, she was holding on to the bowl and trying to serve it in front of me. She was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so hot," That's what she said. And my sensei was like, "Please don't say that before serving the tea." My sensei said, the guest is going to be holding on to the bowl after you let it go, right? And now the guest is going to be thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be so hot, I might not be able to hold on to it. What kind of hospitality is that? My sensei was saying that, and the old lady was, oh, I'm so sorry. And then here is the really important part of conversation. Again, this is also included in tea ceremony. So what I said was I picked up the bowl and said, wow, this is very, very hot. And my sensei was like, that's good job, Shogo. That's really, really good. You get what I mean? So by saying, she was scolded, right, in front of me, saying, because she said, oh my gosh, this is so hot, accidentally. Yeah, it suddenly came out. She said, oh, this is so hot when she held on to a bowl, and she was being scolded. But by me also saying, oh my gosh, wow, this is really hot. Do you get it? The old lady and I both said the same thing. Yeah. And then I will be saying the same thing, so I need to be scolded too, right? So then, the anger of the sentence, she's not completely angry or anything, but, the direction of the anger will be separated into two. So I'll be receiving half of it, right? On purpose. But this is my hospitality. I shouldn't call it hospitality. It sounds really, what should I say? I'm like trying to shove this against other people, but sound a little bit too pushy. But you get what I mean, right? This is the mindset you need to nurture in tea ceremony. You need to be constantly looking at other people, and depending on what your actions are, what your movements are, you need to try to make other people more comfortable. Yeah. Then the second thing, after the old lady finished her whole procedure, she needs to stand up. After sitting down for about, 15 minutes to 30 minutes, she needs to stand up and put all of the items and utensils away. But when she tried to stand up, though, during the tea ceremony, you have to be sitting down with your legs folded the whole time. So her legs were completely numb. Yeah, so she couldn't stand up immediately, and then, of course, because the procedures don't move on, there's an awkward silence, right? So there is another really important part of the hospitality or conversation that you must learn from tea ceremony. The moment I noticed that her legs are numb and she can't move immediately, I asked her, by the way, something son, her name, yeah, something son, I really, really love your skirt you're wearing right now. Where did you buy it? Is it some a brand that you personally like or something? And I started talking about that, and she was like, yeah, it's actually something, a brand I really like. It's I bought this a few years ago, but I've been really loving it for a while now. And I started a conversation. And by talking about this, I noticed that, of course, my sensei is a woman. Also, another student that was sitting next to me was also a woman. Their age are probably around the same. I really thought that a lot of people would be interested in fashion. Now, it can't be just the host and me. I shouldn't talk about a topic that only the host and I can talk about. I need to try to involve everyone into the conversation while putting everyone's attention away from the fact that this lady is not being able to stand up and there's this awkward moment. So this is what you learn from tea ceremony. I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain here. This is the kind of mindset you need to nurture. You're always looking out for other people, and what should I say? Based on what you see and what you can do for other people, you take your actions. You say the things you need to say, you do the things you need to do. And this is what you learn from tea ceremony. Now, I know it's really, really difficult to understand, especially if you are not training in tea ceremony yourself. It's a really difficult concept to understand, to be honest, because what kind of situation is really hard to imagine if you're not actually training. But I really want more people to understand that tea ceremony is much, much more than just serving tea. Yeah, serving tea is just the surface of it. That's what you see on the outside. In the inside, there's something much, much deeper. And it really, really makes you a better person. Caring, being able to look out for others, And because I personally feel, as I explained before in my previous podcasts, people's happiness, I personally believe, from certain psychology that I studied before, people's happiness are rooted by how much they feel they're working for other people or how much they're valued by other people. And in order to be valued by other people, you need to care about other people and take actions for others. We're built like that. Humans are built like that we feel happiness when we feel we're useful, basically, to society, And in order to be felt useful or be valued, you need to do good things for other people, right? And I really feel that tea ceremony gives you a great opportunity to do that. And that's the reason why I just love tea ceremony so much. And this is very complicated. It's very difficult, but I think I'm one of the very few privileged people who will be able to explain this with words, So I would love to continue talking more about tea ceremony in the future too. And by the way, for tea ceremony, how long have I been training now? Maybe 5-6 years. I'm complete beginner still. But in the future, I really do want to go up to the next stage. My sensei is starting to ask me to help out with more difficult missions and tasks that she has given from the headmasters. Sometimes she's given jobs and she needs to bring an apprentice with her to work with her. Sometimes I will be called by my sensei to help her out, which is very, very scary, but I want to brush up my skills in tea ceremony too. So I will definitely be making more podcasts and videos about tea ceremony. I really hope you can look forward to that too. Guys, thank you so much for listening to this. So then everyone, as I always say, the ultimate goal of my life is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true. So I know there's a lot of people studying Japanese, willing to come to Japan to study, travel, or work, or even train on traditional culture and such as tea ceremony, right? However, I am very afraid that Japan will not be able to make everyone's dreams come true in the future because we're facing a lot of social problems, we are losing our traditional culture, and the younger generations who are supposed to be carrying on the good things about Japan are dying because of all the social issues being shoved against them. So I really want to dedicate my life trying to make Japan a better place. I want to try to solve the social problems, preserve and evolve traditional culture, and also help out the younger generations so they can have a brighter future. And to do this right now, the nearest goal I have is to become a Japanese language instructor. And in order to do this, I have set up a Ko-fi page, which is a donation platform very close to Patreon. Right now, I'm raising money to go to school in order to become an official, qualified language instructor right now. I actually have already achieved my goal of raising money to go to the school, but exceeded donations until the end of September 2022. I will be using the money to buy some extra study materials or more equipment to do videos and live streams and such. So it'd be great if you can continue to support me. And if you're listening to this after September, I will still continue my Ko-fi page for different goals and such. So I hope you can check that out for me too. Alright guys, thank you so much. By the way, if you guys remember, I made a podcast saying that I will be joining in the Asayama Ichiden Ryu, my favorite Kobudo Ryuha's seminar in Osaka. Today is the day I'm actually going, the point of recording right now. Right after this, I'm going to be going to the seminar, so I'm very excited. I will head over there now. Yes. Thank you so much. Wish me luck, guys. Thank you so much. Have a nice day or good night.